L&D Design. My name is Lene, and I am half of L&D Design, along with my husband, David. What do we have for you today? More DIYs. They're obviously going to be farmhouse rustic inspired because if you've watched any of our videos, you know we just really love that vibe in our home. It makes it feel super cozy and special to us, so that's the decor style we just keep going towards. We have 3 DIYs for you today, some Dollar Tree items, but also some upcycled items. Some things that I just had laying around in my stash, and I thought now would be a good time to make those over. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and let us know if there's anything you want to see in the comments below. Without further ado, let's get right into the DIYs. Our first DIY is going to be pretty simple. I have this little bath sign. I think you can hang it, or it's just kind of shelf decor that I got from Goodwill. And I thought it was really cute with the bathtub, but I don't like the colors or the hearts. I just want to make it more our style. So this raffia is really cute on here. I like the idea of it, but it has definitely seen better days. It was already flaking all over the place. So I am just going to remove that and maybe add something else to the top or leave it plain. I have not decided. I'm also going to remove these little hearts, and I'm just going to attempt to do that with a screwdriver. I'm hoping they're not on there too well. So I was able to get those off pretty easily. There was some glue on there and I had to pull out my heat gun, kind of heat up that glue a little bit, but it wasn't a big deal. I am going to take the hanger off just so I don't get paint all over the hanger. And this hanger seems rather rusted. So I am hoping that I can get it off without breaking it. Because I do think that I want to attach it back on. So I'm going to do my best to take these needle nose pliers and try to unwind it and then just set it to the side so that I can paint. I actually think I'm just going to cut this hanger off just with how rusted it is, that I have rust pieces flaking all over the place. And it's just not wanting to come out very easily. The hanger has seen better days. So I'm actually just going to remove that hanger if I can even do that. Now that I have everything removed, I'm just going to give it a few coats of the Waverly white chalk paint. Now that my white paint is dry, I'm just going to take a paint marker. This is just a black paint marker I got from Walmart quite a while ago. And I'm just going to kind of outline the edges a little bit just to bring some detail back to our piece. Add some embellishments to the top here. I have holes in the top and both holes don't really bother me. I think I'm just going to try to cover up one of them. I think it's just going to be easier that way. I tried to get some very, very thin twine through those holes and it just wasn't working. So we're just going to cover up one of them, add some embellishments, and call it a day. I did make a little jute bow And then I have this like little greenery scrap from a different project that I was doing. So I'm just going to cut a few little pieces off of there and kind of figure out how I want them placed. For our next project, we're going to be taking this, I don't know if you'd call it a box, a container. What does the back say? It doesn't. This is actually from Dollar Tree. There was some glitter on this word here and then a little bit on the rainbow, and I just pre-sanded that off just to make it as smooth as possible. This does still feel a little bit raised, but I'm hoping you won't really be able to tell. I might have to do some embellishments to cover that up, and that's fine. But I'm going to give this whole thing a few coats of Waverly white chalk paint, and then we'll come back and assess what things that we need to add.
Here we go again. Trying hard, but you wanna be my friend. Ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. Here we go again. Call my bluff, I'ma be your
Now my piece is dry. I'm going to be doing some dry brushing. I'm not going to focus too heavily on this front area because I want to add something there, but I am going to focus around the sides and a little bit on this back part. And I'm going to be using the Waverly chalk paint in Truffle and just my crazy messed up brush. And I'm just going to start dry brushing where I think I need it.
I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out, I can help you out, I can help you out.
To take some of this ribbon from Dollar Tree. I've had this so long, the bottom fell off. I have a ton of this ribbon. I think they still sell it. And I notice it's a little bit bigger than I want. So I'm actually going to cut off that wired part a little bit. Just because I don't want it to cover up the whole thing. I want you to be able to see those edges that I kind of brought out. But my plan is to just use that for some embellishment and just go around the sides. So I want to make sure that it's not really any bigger than this piece, since the side pieces are a little bit shorter than this front piece. So I'm just going to cut pretty close to the lace in as straight of a line as I can get. I first want to measure and see about how much ribbon I'm going to need.
I can help you out, I can help you out. Here we go again. Time is up and I'm calling up my friends. Ain't no wonder why, ain't no one to ride to. Here we go again. Call me up and you wanna be
so
my
I have
friend.
everything cut. I think it looks pretty cute. I am going to use some finger protectors because I'm going to be working with hot glue. And I just want to make sure, just going to put one on for now. I want to make sure I don't burn myself too badly. So I'm just going to line it up the best that I can, as centered as I can possibly get it. And just hold it nice and taut here. And I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue right back here and then just smooth it back.
I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out, I can help you I can help you out. 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 Look, if you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change.
Today we're going to be making kind of like a candle stand. So I have this. This is actually from a store called Tuesday Morning. My mom grabbed it on sale, and because I love coffee, she was like, hey, she's going to love this. And it just doesn't fit in to my decor. And plus I have no more room by my coffee bar with all of the things that I have. So I'm actually going to turn this into a really cool rustic candle stand. I hope this is going to work because I do not have enough of the Waverly truffle. So what I did was I had some of this apple barrel nutmeg brown, and to deepen it up a little bit, I just added in some apple barrel black right into this bottle and shook it up really well. But there's not a lot in here. So I'm first going to be focusing the paint on the inside and the edges and kind of curving around. I would like to really paint the whole thing so it's nice and finished and looks beautiful. But it's going to set like this. We're going to pop some feet on the bottom. So I want to make sure that the main part that you see is going to be nice and covered. I managed to get pretty decent coverage. I got all inside, and I was able to do 2 coats on the back. I also pulled out 4 of these little wooden craft squares from Dollar Tree that I just had in my stash, and I painted all of the sides except for the side I'm going to be putting the glue on. So now I am ready to distress. That was kind of why I was not worried about, you know, some of the spots that you can see where I clearly missed and didn't get a super full coverage, because I'm going to be distressing this piece. And per usual, I'm going to be using my Waverly White chalk paint, and I'm going for a bit of a heavy but not too heavy dry brush. I'm going to start a little bit lighter and then kind of work my way up. I'm probably actually going to practice on the little feet first, because I do want a pretty heavy distress. I want that wood to be poking through. I really like the deep tone of that brown wood, but I do want quite a lot of white distressing. So my distressing is all done. It turned out pretty good. We'll see what it looks like all together. It was hard to get the inside of it, but the candle's going to be sitting in there anyway, and maybe even some greenery or something, so I'm not super worried about it. Now I'm going to flip it over to the back. I just kind of did a light distressing on the back. I didn't really pay too much attention to it, just in case you kind of peeked underneath, but you're not really going to see the back because this is going to be the bottom. So now I'm just going to glue on my feet, and I'm going to do my best to get them as evenly in the corners as possible. I do want to bring them in a little bit, leaving just a little bit of space.